this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I guess it's not Bobby Stamps anymore, as I'm so used to saying that. It's now BC Designs. If you haven't heard, I lost my old Facebook account, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. It's been deleted, so I had to start a new Facebook page, and so I had to change the name, because if you went to Bobby Stamps, it would look like you would leave a comment, but as soon as you left the page, it would disappear. I don't have access to that account anymore, so it's dead. I can't see messages or get any of my photos or anything. So now it's BC Designs. Okay, guys, this is my first free make and take packet that I'm going to offer you in November. So I do this every month. I've done this for several years now. If you shop with me, I like to reward my customers. So if you shop with me and you spend $25, you earn 1 free make and take. If you spend $35, you earn 2. And if you spend $50, you earn all 3 make and takes that I offer for that month. So this is the first one, and this is how I send it to you. I always find a cute little design for my label, and I always label it so you know who you got it from, and I post the videos here on YouTube. So this is the first one, like I just said, that you'll receive. I'm using the Giving Gifts dies and the Time of Giving stamp set. These two coordinate with each other, and I used this die to die cut out the leaves that I'm sending you. I'm just going to put it back in here so I don't have to worry about losing that as I rip my paper. And then I'm going to also be using cinnamon cider ink and bumblebee ink. Let me move this out of the way. And then I need to grab my paper trimmer. I always forget something. I have a piece of cardstock stuck in there, so I need to take that out really quick. Okay. So our card base is Bumblebee, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it right in the middle. Don't know why I have 2 of those. Let me kind of move all this stuff out of the way, and then I can get that paper trimmer out of the way, and I'll show you. So following this video, I'll have video 2 and video 3 showing you make and take packet 2 and 3. So what you're going to do when you get your base, figure out which side you want to be your front, put it in your paper trimmer, and just cut off 1 inch from the front, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to open up that front, and we'll take our Bumblebee ink, and we're just going to take the image that has all of the leaves on it, and we're just going to randomly stamp that on the front. And don't worry about the spaces like in here where it doesn't have anything, because we can put one of those leaves in there to help fill in that blank. So that's not a big deal at all. Okay, so that is our Bumblebee. Move that out of the way. I'm gonna just burnish this now since I have it cut out, and move it out of the way. I am also sending you a piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 by 5.25, and then a strip of DSP that is 1 inch by 5.25, and you'll just adhere this right on that basic white, right on the side. So you're just going to line that up as straight as you can get it, just like that. We'll flip that over and add some adhesive on the back side, like this. And then you're just going to put this piece in here, just like you normally would. Just leave that little bit of a border, just like that. And then you have that cute little decoration right there in the front, okay? And then you also still have room to write your little note. Then I used the seasonal dies to die cut out for our label. I used Misty Moonlight cardstock and then basic white. And then this is the seasonal label dies. It coordinates with another one of the Christmas stamp sets. And right now I'm drawing a blank on which one it is. And then I'm also sending you the leaves. Let me get mine picked up so I don't drop them. So I used cinnamon cider and mossy meadow for our leaves. We're going to take cinnamon cider ink and just ink up the Thankful, stamp it right in the center, And then I'm going to let that dry a little bit because it looks a little bit wet. Flip all of your leaves over. I think I used all of mine in the original card except for one. I'm pretty sure I did. And then I just decided to use my mini glue dots. They seemed to work better. Of course, on the larger ones, you could absolutely use the bigger ones, but I had my mini Stampin' Dimensionals, so those are the ones I used. Now, you can even fit the mini dimensionals on these really super small leaves. You just have to be very careful with your placement. As you can see right there, it'll fit perfect. And then you could also double up the minis if you wanted to on the bigger ones. But like I said, I was happy with one. Let me see, I can't tell if that one is flipped over right. Yep, it's good. So just really be careful with these super skinny ones that you're not letting your dimensional poke through the back. And I also have a rewards program for people that shop with me frequently. It's Bobby's Rewards Bucks. And it's a tracking form that you fill out. And once you have it filled out, it has to be, your orders have to be $50 before tax, shipping, and handling. And then you track your orders. And once you have it filled out, you earn $40 worth of Stampin' Up! Products from me. Okay, so this one, as you can see, I'm kind of moving this dimensional inward because you do not want that to be over here because then your card won't open. So just make sure and be cautious of that. You could actually just put your dimensional right here if you wanted to, but I'm okay with where I put it at. I know it's there. Okay, let me see if I got any more dimensionals left on this one, and I don't, so I'll grab my new one. And then I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back of the label with the sentiment on it. Whoops. Peel that off. And then you're just going to put this right in the center, just like that. Peel these dimensionals off. And then, like I said, just put this right in the center, making sure that dimensional does not go over on your DSP. Then we will start. I'm going to lay my card here so I can kind of see how I did it. So I put one of these Mossy Meadow ones, the smaller leaf, like that, right there. And then I put another one, but I think it was a little bit bigger one. Oops, let me poke that down a little bit. It was coming up. And then we'll just put this one right like that. One of the cinnamon cider larger leaves. We'll put right there. And then grab, looks like I forgot to put a dimensional, but we'll see if we even need it on that one. Just kind of layer those. I really liked that layered look with this. And then one of the larger Mossy Meadows. Just try to put it like right here where there's a blank spot is what I basically did on my original. And then I'm going to take the small one and we'll put it right there in that corner where there's an empty spot. I do think I want to put a dimensional on the back of that one. Make sure I have it flipped over. And then we'll put this one right there. And this one. And you can use them all. Just put them wherever you guys want to put them. Let's see. We'll put that one right there like that. And so see, I have these two left over. You know, you could put them wherever you want. I just don't like the colors all together. So that's why I didn't want to do it like that. But you can kind of see if you did want to use them all. You could put that one here. Could place that one there, but then you got two of the Mossy Meadows beside each other. Then I am going to also send you 3 of these Champagne Rhinestones. I am loving these, you guys. These are just awesome. I used them in my last card club projects that I created for my members, and they just really accented the project so well. Okay, guys, that is it for our first free make and take packet. I will be right back with the second free make and take packet for November. Okay, guys, let's make our second make and take, and this is it. It is not your traditional Christmas card at all, but I absolutely love it. I love the way it turned out. I think it's super cute. I hope you guys like it as well. But let's get started, and I'll show you. And then this is the make and take, so this is how this comes. I always try to wrap the linen, the ribbon that I send you. So this is retired color. I can't remember the name of it. And then a punch. And so you also get an extra label, actually, guys, that you can use for something else. Now, I did send you this little ribbon. I didn't put it on my card, but I am going to incorporate it on this one. And we can just see if you guys like it. You'll have it. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let me move everything out of the way, and then I'll go over everything I'm going to send you. Okay, so our card base is roll red, and it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored right in the middle at 5 1/2. I'm also sending you 3 of the little black matte dots, and I'm going to use roll red ink. And like I just told you, I sent you the little bow using basic white. I also sent you a strip of basic white that is a 1/2 inch by 3 1/2. And then this piece of DSP is 4 1/4 by 2. And then I sent you a piece of basic black that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I used the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. I tried to find a wintry one. I really wanted one with snowflakes or something, and I don't have any, so I couldn't. I had one that I wanted to use, but it's retired, so I couldn't do that. So I'm using, I'll tell you really quick too before we get to the stamps. I used the Peaceful Prints 12 by 12 DSP. This was a celebration item. I just have a lot of it, so I thought, why not use it up? I used it for my retreat and had a couple of packets left over, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use it for this month's projects. Okay, so here is the bulb. I used the Bright Baubles bundle. So this is a beautiful stamp set. I just die cut out the bulb with the die. That's all I did, and that's where I got my sentiment from as well. But look at these dies, you guys. So this is the ribbon that I just sent you that we're gonna incorporate. Now I'm gonna put that back there. But you have a snowflake, a Christmas tree, and this is like intricate. And then these frame these two and those, and you can just do the solid like I just did, or you can do the intricate. This one is Merry and Bright, and this one says Joy. I just think this is a magnificent bundle. I love this. I didn't originally get it when I did my pre-order, but I ended up going back to get it, and I think I might use this one for my Christmas cards this year. Not sure, but I might. Okay, so that is enough about that. I'm going to grab my scrap piece of grid paper that I've been using. I'm going to make sure I have that turned in right. It looked like it was wrong. And then I'm going to grab that little image here that has like the little stars and things in the background. I don't like stamping with these little stamps. I feel like I rock and I get shadows and it inks up so much, but I'm going to give it a whirl. And I'm not doing it all over. I'm just, well, I guess I do kind of do it all over, to be honest with you. I was first started out doing it just around the perimeters because your basic black is going to cover a lot of that. So I just wanted something to show in the background. And like you know, I am not even really trying, you guys, to get it perfect or anything like that, because so much of this right here that I'm doing now is going to be covered up. But I did try to do it around the sides. You know, I wanted to make sure I didn't rock, and I just don't like all that goo on my stamp set. I guess it's not goo, it's ink, right? I'm going to go ahead while I have the red opened, our real red, and we'll just ink up and stamp the sentiment. And I'm going to do it right in the center because I want to cut the ends of the cardstock. And I'll let that dry a second, and then we'll get back to that in a minute. So this is super easy, you guys. I'm also sending you some ribbon. This is the gingham, black and white gingham ribbon. I absolutely love this ribbon. So I'm just going to fold this, and I tied a bow to make sure that you guys, I was sending enough, and then I cut. So you should have plenty. It's not a big bow anyway. And you can also just do the knot if you prefer that, because this does take up, and I'm really trying to get that as far over on this left side right here as possible, because that the Christmas bulb takes up so much of the room, and I just want a very tiny bow. So let me see if I can pull that in there. Now let me find my tail on this one, and we'll just pull it until we get it really small. Now I'm going to go ahead and clip it, and then we'll work with it from there, since I know that I have enough. So I'm just going to flag those ends a little bit. Let's get it out of the way. And then now I can kind of mess with it, and I don't want to pull too much. There we go. Let me just tighten it, and then I'm just going to cut these off just a little bit more. Let me see on this one. I'm going to do just a little bit more on that one too. Okay. Now I'm trying to see if I want to make this one, I think this side over here needs to be just a smidge smaller. There we go. Now let's cut it just a little bit more too. Don't cut my paper. Okay. That bow turned out actually better than the other bow. Okay, so then we'll put this piece down. I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal on the back, just like that. And then you're just going to put this right in the center of the card, just like that. Okay, then we're going to take our little bulb and put some dimensionals on the back. And this is where I'm going to try to incorporate that little bow. But we'll see. I think I need to move it. I'm trying to get my original right here. I think I need to move it down a little bit when I put it on the black. You know, when I first did this, I wasn't, when I designed it, I hadn't planned on using that. Then I was like, you know, that would look really cute. So let's just do that. So I'm just going to kind of put that, oh, that's the wrong way. Going to put it more down towards the bottom, just like that. I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. And you could put these directly on your card base if you want to. I just always put it on the back here. But let's see. Let's go ahead and put this down, and then we'll work with the bow. Kind of figure out where and how much of that we want to expose. So let's just go ahead and kind of move that bow out of the way. And then just put that right there in the center. Now, let me pick up this bow if I can. So you can do it like this, right there, and then cut off at the top of the black if you want to. Or you could just cut just a little one and cut it, you know, right there for the bow. I'm going to eyeball it and see. I might have to cut off a little bit more, something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit adhesive on the back, and then once I get this down where I want it, then I'll match it up with the basic black and trim it that way. So I'm just going to put it right like that. Just hold that there just for a second, let it dry. Put a little bit too much glue on there. Oop, don't want to use my ribbon scissors. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut it right there about at the top of that basic black. Grab my paper towel and just dot up some of that glue. And it'll dry clear, so that's good. Let's grab the sentiment, and I'm going to cut that way and cut that way. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back. Two's probably enough. You could use 3 if you want. And then we'll put this right in the center like that. And then we'll take our little, oops, wanted to try my best to use these 2 if I could, because they'll get lost in the shuffle if I don't. I have glue on my finger now, it's sticking. So I'm going to put one right there in the corner. Grab this other one. We'll put it right there. There's kind of a blank space there. And then I need to grab one more to put right down here in that corner. Okay, guys, that is my second make and take packet for November. So this one is, if you spend $35, you will receive this make and take packet and this one. And I'll show you here in just a second what you'll get if you spend $50. Okay, guys, here is card 3. It's not your typical colors for a Christmas card, but I love it and I love how it turned out. I recently just purchased the Merry Snowflakes. I'm huge on snowflakes. I love snowflakes, but I always try to get no more than what I think I'm going to use during the catalog's life. And you never know if they're going to carry over or whatnot. But this one, I wanted it, but I didn't want to go over my budget, so I didn't get it. But I recently did, and oh my God, where has it been all my life? Because I absolutely love it. You get 14 dies, and this is the one I used to emboss this strip. You have some that die cut out the whole snowflake, and then you can layer this one, and then this is just the stitched image. Let me show you. I just die cut that one just so you could see it. And then these little viney things, and then back here, look at all the snowflakes. I am going to try my best to get a class squeezed in using this bundle before this catalog goes away, because I am obsessed now with this, and I have so many ideas for cards. And then it has the 8 stamps and the sentiments. Okay, let's get on with the card. So this is fresh freesia, and it is 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it right in the middle at 5 1/2. Then I sent you, oh, I left my notes. I can grab them right here. I sent you a piece of basic white that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and this piece of fresh freesia is 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. And you're just going to layer it just like that on there. I first, when I was designing it, I did the white one embossed with the snowflakes, because, you know, snowflakes are white. And when I did it, I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then I thought, well, let's just reverse that a little bit and see what it looks like doing the fresh freesia. And I loved it, how that turned out. Oh, and I also sent you a piece of the, this is the DSP from the Penguin place. I cannot remember the name of it. It was a celebration again, but like I said, I had so many. I wanted to use it up. It was so pretty, and it coordinated so well with this card that I hope you guys don't mind. Then I'm going to send you the ribbon that you're going to need, and you're just going to wrap. You're going to have a strip like this, and we're just going to wrap it like this around the back. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive right there. Oh, that one didn't. There we go. Make sure we have it all straight right down the center. Just fold that over. Your adhesive on the back will hold it there for you. Just like that, okay? Then I'm going to pop it up with dimensionals. So I'm going to put one on each side. And if you want to put one right on the end, you can, but I'm not going to, because that adhesive is, I'm confident, is going to hold it down for me. Just don't put your ribbon too tight, because you don't want it to bow. You don't want it to pull on your cardstock and make your cardstock bow. Let's peel these off. And then you're just going to put this right on that side. Just get it as straight as you can. Then I sent you enough ribbon that you're just going to weave it in here like this. And then just tie a bow. You can tie a knot if you want to. You can even tie a bow and just use, oh, you know what? I think that's actually, let me see. I can't remember if I tied a bow or if I just made a bow and stuck it on there. Yeah, I just made a bow, so let's undo that. I think I tried to do it this way and I just couldn't get it to lay right. This ribbon is just a little bit stiff. So, just flip it like this. Because you want the bow to be tiny. I mean, it's going to be a tiny bow. And I'm sorry if you can hear my fan in the background, but I am very, very warm today. I have been doing that a lot lately. Okay, and then just once you kind of get it where you're wanting it, I just kind of trim it. I think that's probably okay. I'm going to try to get it just a smidge smaller. Yeah, I like that better. And then just trim these just a little bit. Let's use a mini glue dot to hold that in place. What I always do, you guys, to make sure I send you enough is I tie a bow. And then just untie it and then take that measurement to send everybody else to make sure that they have enough. Okay, let's grab the fresh freesia ink. I sent you, trying to clean up those ends there. I sent you, this label is fresh freesia and this one is basic white. And I used my Tasteful label dies for that. And I'm just going to ink up Season's Greetings, and we're just going to stamp it right there in the center. And then I'm going to place a couple of dimensionals. You don't have to pop this one up if you don't want to. You could really just use adhesive to layer it, but I really like popping things up. So I like to use my dimensionals. And then we're just going to put this right in the center. And then you'll put dimensionals on the back of this one. That's why if you don't like all the dimensionals, you could just put the adhesive on the back of the basic white and then pop up the fresh freesia one with dimensionals. Just kind of put this right. I lined it up with my white, kind of just try to get it in the center basically is all I did. Okay, and then I did cut my mini dimensionals in half for a few of these. This one I didn't. I just used my liquid glue. It didn't really make a difference. I thought it was good. You can see right here, that one's popped up a little bit. It didn't really make a difference. So I'm not going to do it this time because let me tell you, that was painstakingly hard to cut those in half and make sure I didn't cut my finger. Our snips are super, super sharp. So, and I have cut my finger before. I remember when I very first started, when I was a demonstrator and I very first started doing online classes, I was right in the middle of recording a video, so luckily it wasn't live, but I was cutting ribbon and cut my finger and had to immediately cancel or push the stop button so I could go upstairs and get a band-aid, and it hurt. It was very sharp. It's like one of those very sharp knives. So be careful for sure. So we'll put this snowflake, and oh my gosh, you guys, I'm not even gonna tell you what I had to go through to cut out these snowflakes for you guys. Not even gonna tell you. Don't even get me started. Put one here. Oops, you need to hold on. I need to slow down. Let it adhere to the paper before I move. I have glue now on my finger, so it's wanting to go with me when I try to move. Hold it there a second. And then we'll put this one just right kind of on top, just a little bit like that. And then I sent you your opal rounds. I'm gonna use my snips. I like to use my snips. My little cheat thing, if you guys have trouble with, sometimes if you can see right there, one of the glue pieces stuck, so it might be on this one, but nope, that feels like it's got it on there. So I kind of, when I use my snips, I kind of rock it back and forth. Now I did put this one right in the center of that snowflake. And then I'm going to put another one. And it's kind of random between the larger ones and the smaller ones. So let's grab If I can get that one to flip over. I hate it when they stick to my finger. They're so hard to get off. The glue wants to come off. Let's put this one here. Right there. And then I think I had one actually on this one because I usually do them in threes, and I bet that one fell off somewhere. Don't know where, but it's probably floating around my room somewhere. And then we'll take the smaller one and put it right there. So 3 is good. Okay guys, that is it for my free make and take packets. And just as a reminder, this is going to be make and take packet 3. This one is 2 and this one is 1. And I hope you guys enjoy my cards this month. I really like all of these. I especially love this one. I just think it's something you wouldn't expect. I mean, red is Christmas, but I just love that one. Okay guys, I will see you soon. Bye bye.